right, begin.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys woke up happy and healthy this morning. That's the most important thing. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button and also smash that share button so we can push this video through the algorithm and hopefully get this channel to where it needs to be. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and dive face first into the drama. And I want to start off by talking about Dr. Dre and his ex-wife, Nicole. So TMZ has reported that they finally come to a settlement. So Dr. Dre has been ordered to pay $100 million to Nicole. Now, some seem to think that Dr. Dre got off easy. I tend to think that the brother was smart, right? Or as the old folks say it and how they say it here in North Carolina, Dr. Dre was smart. Okay, so this brother had a prenup in place. And once you have it in black and white, most of the times things are going to be all right. So Dr. Dre was smart. He had that prenup in place. Now, let's talk about what Dr. Dre walks away with, and let's talk about what Nicole walks away with, okay? Now, Dr. Dre has been ordered to pay $50 million now, and then a year from now, he's going to pay another $50 million. Now, this is a really good deal because Dr. Dre's net worth is at $820 million, so it really doesn't hurt this brother's pocket. And because he had the prenup in place, which Nicole contested, that is why Nicole didn't get half of, his net worth. And on top of that, Dre gets to keep 7 other properties they own together, including a Malibu home, 2 homes in Calabasas, and 4 properties in the LA area, including the $100 million Brentwood estate that Dr. Dre currently lives in. Now, in addition to that, Dre gets to keep full rights to his master recordings, trademarks, and interest in various partnerships and trusts. He also keeps all the Apple stocks, which includes the proceeds from the sale of Beats by Dre. Now, when it comes to the vehicles that they own, Dr. Dre gets to keep 6 of them and she gets 4. Now, she also gets to keep her expensive jewelry that she obtained during the marriage and bank accounts that she had maintained during their marriage as well. All right. Now, this is the thing. Nicole must pay her own legal fees. And so when you take into account the amount of time that it took for Dr. Dre and his ex-wife, Nicole, to come to this type of agreement, you have to understand that those legal fees are going to be millions and millions of dollars. So she might as well go ahead and get ready to deduct those millions out of the $100 million that she's going to get from Dre. Now, they also had some items in storage. Now, basically with that, she gets to keep everything in storage that's hers. And that's basically it. Now, with this $100 million settlement, it forecloses the opportunity for Nicole to seek any type of spousal support. It's over, right? You take your $100 million, it is what it is, right? Now, when you look at the situation, right, and you see that Dr. Dre only has to pay $100 million, seems like Dr. Dre did walk away, with all of his net worth basically, and his businesses and his publishing and his masters and his Apple stocks. And this brother walked away with his life basically, because $100 million to Dr. Dre is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money to him. He can make that $100 million in the next 4 or 5 years back so easily. So basically, I don't think that Nicole should walk around with her head down. She did walk away with millions of dollars and things like that. Now, let me say this. I do believe that Dr. Dre has a lot to pay for. He hasn't been the perfect husband. Nobody is perfect, right? They make mistakes, but Dr. Dre has cheated on this woman multiple times. And the way he did Miss Chalet, Miss Chalet has been on record stating, how confrontational Dr. Dre was. So I believe that Nicole feels that she should have walked away with more. But here's where I draw the line. So when Nicole and Dr. Dre were at the very beginning of their divorce, she had the nerve to have divorce documents served while Dr. Dre was at the cemetery laying his grandmother to rest. I thought that was so disrespectful. That Nicole knew where Dr. Dre would be that day. And ultimately, I just think that if you don't have any respect for Dr. Dre, fine, but at least have some respect for his grandmother. And I'm pretty sure that you knew his grandmother, right? And so why would you send a process server to the cemetery while this man is laying his grandmother to rest? It's just disrespectful and it's classless. And so, listen, it couldn't have been me because
Oh, you want to get up? You want to get? I know, I'm just playing.
Wish I had someone to call on the phone.
You set this up for yourself.
Poor Wendy. Poor Wendy. Lord have mercy. What we gonna do with Wendy, y'all? So they're reporting that Wendy actually spent Christmas alone. They're saying that she has no friends. We already knew that. They're saying that she has no allies. We already knew that. And everybody that gets close to her, she does something disrespectful. She's very rude to them, talks to them like they're children. She talks down to the people that try to get close to her. And they're also stating that nobody wants to be around Wendy because she uses them. Yep, they're saying that Wendy uses her friends. Now, the reports then go into great detail to talk about how Wendy supposedly uses her friends, but because of Wendy's career accomplishments, I'm going to go ahead and exclude the fact that it has anything to do with money because we know that Wendy is rich. But I'm interested to know how Wendy is using her friends to the point where they don't even want anything to do with her, right? And so, this is just a sad situation. Even though Wendy has had all of these career accomplishments, I wouldn't want to end up like this, where I have no one that I can call or talk to or spend the holidays with. And you can say that Wendy is, taking the option to be alone. But at the end of the day, I believe that she's pushed a lot of people away with her attitude. For the life of me, I don't understand why Wendy is this way. Why does she have such a nasty disposition about herself, right? Why is she so abrasive? But this is the path that Wendy chose, and it is what it is. When you make your bed, you lie in it. So that's what she's doing. And even her own son doesn't want to be around her, and that's crazy because, listen, I would want to be around my mother for Christmas, right? I don't care if my mother is rich or poor. You want to have that relationship with your mom. You want to spend all the special moments that you can, right? And so her own son wasn't even with her for Christmas, and that's just a shame. But anyway, I'm going to speak some positive language in her direction. I want Wendy to have a better year this coming year. I hope that she recovers well and that she's happy and healthy. And as far as her show is concerned, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. But the most important thing is her health at this point in time.
Who's next?
That would be Lanithia for the Streets Leaks. So basically, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, y'all. Y'all know I've been covering this like a hawk. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over it, right? But I want to talk about the fact that Nene's young flame, Timberboy, is upset with the blogs and things of that nature, and everybody that's covering this story, he's upset with them for trying to make him look soft in the whole ordeal. So he basically posted this to his story. Now it looks like he's going to come out with some information to expose Nene. I don't know about their relations or things that he may know by dealing with Nene the one time that he said he did. But who knows? The two of them could have been intimate multiple times, right? But anyway, this is what he posted to his story, and he said, since y'all thought I was hurt, I'm gonna clear all that blank up this week. Now, I must say that this is kind of a cryptic message, but hey, we don't know where this brother is going to come from, what angle he's going to come from in regards to what he has to say next. I'm just sitting back, just waiting to see what he has to say in regards to this whole issue. Now, I will say this is what Nene gets for dealing with this young man, right? She should have governed herself accordingly, right? And carried herself with class, but she elected to get out there and have fun and get wild. And so I was thinking about something the other day, and do you know that people that have animals, I have a dog, right? Drop down in the comments and let me know if you have a dog and if you love your dog dearly like I love my dog, right? There are pet owners that when they lose their dog, they can't even move on to years later to get another puppy because they're so hurt and devastated by the loss of their pet. And for most dogs, their life expectancy does not exceed over 20 years, right? I don't even think that there's dogs that live up to 20 years. But anyway, what I'm going to say is that Nene and Greg were together for 30 years. And it only took you 90 days to move on. Go figure, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here and let y'all have at it in the comments. Drop down and let me know what you think about this whole entire video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll get with you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Peace.